Alright, so I got these fancy running shoes from Nike. They're good for running races. And they're super lightweight. They have a carbon plate and so forth. But the problem is they have this sole that's really soft. So it's great because it doesn't add any weight, but if you run on this very much at all, this is going to start wearing down, and your shoes will soon not be as usable as they were when you first bought them. So since I can't afford to buy these shoes, every couple months, I like to keep them going. So what I'm going to do is I ran on these once at the track. So I'm going to, just to rough up the surface a little bit, then I'm going to clean these off with some isopropyl alcohol. And then we're going to put this shoe goo stuff on it. So I've been using this since I started running, because I was a starving student. I wanted to keep my shoes going a long time. So the key is I only want to run on your shoes once to kind of rough it up a little bit and clean it up, and then put this stuff on. And then as you run, you just keep adding it as it wears off, and then your shoes will last a lot longer and you save money. You're throwing away a tiny bit of performance probably by putting this stuff on, but for me, I'm not a world-class runner, so I just like to run fast and not spend so much money on shoes. So I'll show you how we're going to do that. All right, so using some disposable gloves. I don't want to get this on my hands particularly, so I don't have to shake up the alcohol, but force a habit. So I'll put some on this paper towel. It's a high-quality paper towel. I spilled a little bit there. Use this to clean this off. That'll get off the surface dirt, and then the shoe goo will adhere better. So the first layer of shoe goo is the most important. The idea is as it wears off, before it completely wears off, you put some more on. So you already see this sole has started to deteriorate here, which is unfortunate, but all right, so we're going to dry this off a little bit. Main thing is we want to get this impacting surface here. Size don't matter that much, so. I'm going to let that dry. I'm going to show you some shoes I've been using it on for a while. So these shoes, I didn't put it on at the start, so this part of the sole wore down to the soft rubber. It has this hard rubber. These are more like training shoes. They're still fancy shoes that cost $200 plus, but they have this harder rubber on the heel to make them wear longer, but they still don't last for as long as you put the shoe goo stuff on. Now for stuff I've already been putting shoe goo on for a while, I don't bother to clean it. It would probably work a little better if I cleaned it, but it's too much trouble. So I'm going to show you how I put it on a shoe that's already been using it for a while. While this is still drying, and then we'll go back to the shoe goo. Is pretty smelly, so I like to use a mask. This is an N95 mask. All right, so you just open this up. Now, when you first get it, the top is a sealed metal, but then use this little pointy top on the top to push down in there. See that? And then it comes out. So then it wants to come out on its own, but anyway. So spread this on here. Just put a line down the shoe anywhere there's a wear point. So this is worn down here. It's sticky, so it won't really go anywhere if you keep after it. So we're gonna refresh all these wear points here. You want to put the top on pretty quickly because it'll tend to squish out on its own. So now we use a popsicle stick and just spread it out. So it covers the area, and just kind of clean it up a little bit. It doesn't have to be the super great. Just smooth it out so that it covers the worn area. Try to make it smooth, then it won't wear as fast. You just go like that. I have to set this aside to dry. It takes about. I always let it dry overnight. Probably in about. I would let it dry overnight. It's going to work better. All right, so now we got our new shoes. So we're going to put some more of this stuff on. So for this one, I want to get this area in here. So it does still have some dirt on it, but we'll do the best we can. Just put it on all 4 spots. Alright, and remember we want to put the top on right away. Alright, then we spread these out. So make sure I cover up this area that got exposed. Just kind of smooth it out like this, smooth as you can. So you're going to do this in a well-ventilated area. I'm doing this in the garage. You don't want to do it in the house if we can avoid it. It's going to smell up your house, which is no good. That's one other thing I wanted to do before I forget is that's why you wear disposable gloves, because you can get it on your hands. So this is caused by one shoe scuffing into the other one, so you can repair that kind of stuff too. So. Alright, did we get any on the lens? No, good. Alright, so we're going to put some on this little side piece here. Alright, so spread some on here. So you can use it to prepare any part of your shoe. That's rubbery anyway. I'll just help protect that. I run at the track a lot, so as I go around the corner, one shoe can hit the other shoe. That's what causes that. So you want to keep these flat so that the shoe goo doesn't drip to one side. So keep them so that the heels are flat, and just let them sit like this. And then I'll come back tomorrow and show you what it looks like when they're all dry. If I have any left on the popsicle stick, I just take my paper towel and just wipe off the excess so my popsicle stick doesn't get too loaded up with shoe goo. Alright, so I'll have a link to this. You can find it at hardware stores. It's on Amazon. The hardware store is cheaper. You don't have to ship it. So it's a good product. I recommend it highly. Oh, the other thing about these shoes, and also those other ones, is that the front has a lot more rubber on it. So this doesn't really wear that much compared to the back. So I don't usually put it on the front. Particularly on these shoes. The rubber on the front of these shoes is really heavy duty. So, you know, it's designed to land on your forefoot or midfoot, which I can do for a while, but later in the race I usually don't quite do that, so I hit more on the heel. But I haven't found that I need to put it on the forefoot, because by the time the forefoot wears down, the rubber in here is super high performance, but eventually it loses its squishiness. There's only an air insole. Like on this one has air insole on the front here, these little air pockets. This doesn't have an air insole, it says fancy rubber, or fancy foam rubber. And, foam rubber. So after a while it loses its squishiness after maybe 300-400 miles, so then you have to get new shoes. So I save these for races. I try to train in shoes like this and save these for the races. I always run a little bit to break them in before the race, but I try to only run these in an actual race, except for just a few training runs before that. All right, it's been 24 hours. Let's see what this looks like once it's cured, let's call it. So it's got a nice smooth surface. So the shoe goo is very viscous, but it does do self-leveling. So didn't drip down the side, which is good. Here's that little damaged area. It's got that covered up now, so it should last longer. So it's got a nice smooth surface here to run on. And the older ones have got the same. This is a little bit more rough because I didn't bother to clean it, plus it's got some residual from previous installations. I don't really worry about those things, they fall off. So, but this has got a nice surface again. It's rubbery because it's that's the way this stuff works. All right, so shoe goo, highly recommended to keep your expensive or even your cheap shoes, I guess, working longer. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Post a comment if you have any questions or ideas, and I'll try to respond. That's all for now, but more videos are coming, and if you want to see them, please subscribe to my channel and turn on the notification icon if you don't want to miss one. This is STScI signing out, and keep looking up.